Hi, and welcome to today's Read Aloud, Map My Country. Author, Harriet Brundle. Publisher, Crabtree Publishing Company. An oral reading by me, Shelley. I'm an elementary teacher as well as a literacy consultant with the Learning Bar. Did you know there are basically two types of books, fiction and nonfiction? A fiction book is often stories that are made up with adventure, action, fantasy, and many other imaginary themes. A nonfiction book is full of true facts and information. The book may be about people, space, science, and many other topics. What kind of book do you think Map My Country book will be? Do you have any idea? In the book, you'll find a table of contents, and on each page, it has a title of what the page is about. Do you know what you would find on page 14? That's right, mapping a country. How about page 18? You're correct if you said using a grid. So today we're going to read about all of these things about maps. And over in the circle, you can see it says words that look like this, where they're highlighted in yellow. They can be found at the glossary on page 24. I wonder if you have any idea what a glossary and index is. Let's read on and find out more. What is a map? A map is a picture that gives us information about an area. See, the first word is highlighted in yellow? It can help us learn about an area or figure out how to get to a certain location. A map can show us a lot of different things. For example, a map of a country can show roads, cities, and rivers. And on this map, it's a map of the United States of America. And the red lines on the map show roads, while the blue lines show rivers. There sure are a lot of roads and rivers, aren't there? Maps are drawings of real places. Some maps are printed on paper, other maps are viewed on screens. These are called digital maps. This digital map shows the countries on Earth. A map has a title. This helps the person who is reading it figure out what is on the map. So there's one very important thing about maps. It has a title. Using a map, it is hard to see all of a large area, such as a country, from where you are standing. A map gives you something called a bird's eye view of an entire area. A map shows you what a bird could see looking down from high above. Compass rose. A map usually has a compass rose in the corner. The points on the compass rose are marked with letters to show you which direction is north, south, east, or west. Directions help people read maps. People use maps to learn about an area. Maps use colors and symbols, which are pictures that stand for other things, to show the locations of different things. A list of all the symbols and what they stand for appear on the map, and it is called a legend. Some symbols look like the things they stand for. Many maps use a triangle to stand for a mountain. And what is the symbol for capital city? Yes, you can see it's a big white star in a red circle. And how about airport? What is the symbol for airport on the legend? That's right, a plane. How does the legend on this map of China help you learn more about the country? Well, we can see the white star is the capital city. And also the dark circle stands for cities. And look at all the dark circles on the map of China. There are many cities there. As well as the purple triangle with the flag on top. There's a number of mountains and airports. 1, 2, 3, 4 airports and river. One big river running through. Do you know what direction, what side of China you find the mountains? Look at the compass rose. That can help you. A country is too big to show on a map at its real size. Maps are shrunk or made smaller so they fit on paper or on a screen. All of a map's parts are shrunk by the same amount. The amount has been shrunk is called a scale. And you can see the scale down in the corner underneath my picture there, where it shows that 1 inch equals 120 miles, or 12.5 centimeters equals 193 kilometers. So you can use that scale, and the distance between 2 points on a map stand for the real distance on the ground. And you can see a legend as well as a compass rose. You can use the scale on a map to figure out distance on the ground. If you want to know the real distance between two cities, measure the distance on the map with a ruler. Then multiply that number by the scale. And we have here the Australia map. It shows the scale, 1 inch equals 570 miles. Brisbane and Sydney are about 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters apart. How far apart are they on the ground? Well, if we look at our scale, it tells us 570 miles. Once again, you see a title, a compass rose, a legend, and now a scale. There are different kinds of maps. Each kind shows different things. A physical map shows the shapes of the land called landforms. Examples of landforms include rivers and mountains. A political map shows borders, the areas into which run other areas for many countries can be divided into states, provinces, or counties. And here are the counties in Great Britain. And do you see that compass rose? Thematic maps show one special topic, such as population or the number of people living in an area. They usually do not include the names of cities or landforms. So this is the population of the United States of America. And you can see the different shades of blue represent the number of people who live in those states. This thematic shows the states that have the largest and the smallest populations. There are more than one kind of country map. It can be a political map that shows how a country is divided into different parts. It can also show you which other countries are on the map. And you can see here other major cities also that are on the map. There are all different kinds of maps. And do you see the legend and the compass rose? Another way to map a country is to make a physical map. This shows the country's landforms and bodies of water. And here you can see the bodies of water that are represented with the blue, and once again the mountains. How do we use country maps? If you wanted to travel somewhere you have never been, you can use a map of that country to see which cities you want to visit. It can tell you the cities in which important landmarks, such as buildings, are found. I hope you're seeing all those words that are in yellow. We're going to check in the glossary shortly. Country maps might also show how cities are linked by different roads and other types of transportation within a country. This can help you plan the transportation routes you will follow when you visit, because you may be going on railway, as in this particular map of Russia. What are some other ways you might travel? Using a grid. Country maps sometimes include grids. Grids are horizontal and vertical lines on a map that help show the position of places and objects. Grids can help you find the location of something on a country map more easily. And you can see the lines drawn across the map, and those are what you can use to help you. Map grids often use letters and numbers to locate objects on a map. Look at the map of Mexico below. The city Merida is located in the column marked with the letter J. So look across the top and you'll find J, and in the row marked with the number 6. And then if we line those two up, we can say, someone using the grid would say Merida is located at J6. What city would you find at D4? Did you point to it? And also you can see the title, the compass rose, and the legend. Here's a map activity for you. Imagine you are welcoming a visitor to your country. To plan their trip, they need to learn important information about the different areas, landmarks, landforms, and transportation in your country. It is your job to create a map to help them when they visit. So let's make a list. That's a great place to start. First, make a list of the information a visitor would need to know about your country. It might help to imagine you were visiting a country for the first time. What would you like to know about a new country? Roads, rivers, capital city, mountains, tallest building, airports? Think about how a map might show each piece of information in your list. Create a legend. Create symbols for each piece of information you want to include on your map. Then make a legend of the symbols and what they stand for. Look back through the legends in this book to help you. If you are not sure, ask an adult for ideas. Making a map. With help from an adult, print a blank map of your country. Use your legend to add symbols to the map. Look at a real map of your country or ask an adult for help. Don't forget, you must add a title and, that's right, a compass rose. Use the compass rose to help give a visitor directions, such as the mountains are in the west. The capital city is on the east coast. So we talked about a glossary. Did you have any idea what a glossary and an index were? If you're looking here at this page, all those yellow words are some of the words that were highlighted as I was reading this book to you. Can you find political? Relating to government. That's right. What about borders? The boundary between separating two areas, usually drawn with a line. A glossary defines the words that you might need some more information about. And it's kind of like a dictionary in that it defines the words for you. And right below that, you can't see the word index, but those words that are in yellow and have some numbers after them, that's an index. So if I was thinking about legends and I'm working on my legend, I can go and I can look on pages 8 and 9, page 22 and 23. I'll find information about a legend. How about a compass rose? Well, I can go back and look at page 7 and page 23. So an index helps you and saves you time when you're looking for certain information. So once again, thank you for joining me with reading this book, What is a Map? Here are some activity choices that you might like to do today. They gave you an activity with creating your own map, but maybe you want to create a short presentation about maps and what you learned. or create a poster, a presentation on Google Slides, or whatever other presentation idea you may have. Once you've created your presentation about maps, practice how you will share it. And when you're ready, share your presentation with your family and friends. Have your friends and family ask you questions from your presentation. And most importantly, be proud of yourself and all your effort. So, thank you for joining me for today's Read Aloud. Did you figure out what kind of book this was? Is this a fiction or nonfiction? That's right. It is a nonfiction book because it tells you really true information, and it was a great learning book. I hope you had fun learning and listening and reading. And until next time, continue to read, continue to have fun with books and the love of reading. Bye for now.